Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Monday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, sunshine and a high of 80 with a gentle breeze around 11 miles per hour coming out of the northeast. For tonight, clear skies and a low near 63. Tomorrow, wind 5 to 10 miles per hour, sunny and a high around 82. For Wednesday, sunshine and a high of 83. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
College football fans, this is Patrick with Turf Pro Lawn and Pest Control. As toe meets leather to start this football season, don't forget about your lawn. Sod webworms and other turf-destroying insects are on the move. Before they can score a touchdown in your lawn, call Turf Pro Lawn and Pest Control to set up the right defense for your property. Turf Pro Lawn and Pest Control, where the yellow and blue trucks make your lawn green. Call us, local 890-5820. Remember, 890-5820.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose, hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? If competitive pricing and a quick turnaround are what matter to your business, come see us at Reliable Hydraulic Solutions. Or you can give us a call at 850-326-3000. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport. The best place in town to take a leak.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I got to fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're going to be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PHIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code PHIL25.
This is Linda Cope, founder and president of Warrior Beach Retreat. Line the streets Thursday, November 7th for the parade honoring combat wounded warriors and their loved ones. Attend the 7 p.m. ceremony at Forest Park Church with Brigadier General Greg Nelson as the speaker. WarriorBeachRetreat.org has the parade route times and locations. We began hosting retreats 15 years ago after our son, retired Army Sergeant Joshua Cope, lost both legs above the knee and wounded his hands by an IED blast in Baghdad, Iraq. We saw firsthand when a soldier goes to war, a family goes to war. That's why we focus on the caregivers also on our retreats. We are a local 501c3 charity not affiliated with Wounded Warrior Project. Donations are greatly appreciated. WarriorBeachRetreat.org, and God bless America.
WVLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX, powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's the next evolution of sports talk radio. The biggest stories and the biggest reactions.
Now.
And now, we're taking...
With the first pick.
This is the last ball you got in the bag.
The Inside Drive. From college to the pros, interviews with the newsmakers, sports betting, your phone calls, and more. And now, The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey. Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios on ESPN Northwest Florida.
And good Monday morning. You're listening to The Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. 104.3 here in Panama City and Panama City Beach. 101.9 in Port St. Joe. You can watch, like, listen, comment, subscribe, share, follow. All those things on our social channels. That's Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Just search it up, ESPN at Northwest Florida. Of course, you can download our free mobile app inside the Google Play or Apple Store. 104.3 is all you've got to search up. You can also head over to ESPNPC.com. You can listen live there if you choose, but that's where you'll find Lucid Streams TV. Just scroll down a little bit on that homepage. You'll see the TV channel icon. Click on that bad boy. It's about $47-48 a month, but if you use code ESPN-NW, that's going to get you right down to about $40 a month, $480 a year. I guarantee that is a lot less than you're paying right now, unless you're just chilling with the old bunny ears and living on the local channels. But I guarantee you're paying a little bit more than what Lucid Streams will cost. So do yourself a favor. Head over there to ESPNPC.com. Super easy to sign up. Very compatible with Amazon Fire TVs, all sorts of ones where you can find that TV channel app. I know Jay is coming in hot today, but looking forward to seeing him in studio. What a crazy weekend, really starting with Friday night, rolling all the way through last night in the football world, high school, college, NFL, whatever it may be. There was a lot going on. I'm going to start with a poll question today, and it has to do with one of my favorite sports players out there, Patrick Mahomes. A lot of questions. He's currently the overwhelming favorite to be the MVP.
Mahomes is?
Yeah, and that's kind of what my poll question is going, is through 6 games, and I am not throwing shade by any means, because anytime 15's on the field, they know they have a chance to win. But through 6 games, this is kind of where the facts don't make any sense. He's the MVP favorite, but he's currently has 8 interceptions, which is tied for the most in the NFL to just 6 TD passes. He is a sizable MVP favorite right now, sitting at plus 300, 350, or 400, depending on the book you are using. With Josh Allen, a couple hundreds higher on the plus side.
That's so wild, too, because Josh Allen, 12 touchdowns, interceptions.
No
Patrick Mahomes, 6 touchdowns, 8 interceptions.
Yep, absolutely. His yards per game at 231.5 is the lowest of his career. His passer rating is 82.5. That's also the lowest of his career and 23rd currently in the league. His QBR is 61, lowest of his career and 12th in the league. Like David said, for comparison, Josh Allen has 12 TD passes, 0 interceptions, and the NFL's best QBR. Yet, the Chiefs are indeed 6-0, favored to three-peat, and Patrick Mahomes still certainly the most clutch player in the league. So the question I want to bring to you gentlemen and the audience is as of now, should Patrick Mahomes be the NFL MVP? Does it matter more what he does individually, or does it matter more what's on that record standing? Because they are 6-0, the only undefeated team left in the league. And that game yesterday with San Francisco 49ers, kind of a war of attrition. Obviously, both teams, including the Chiefs, dealing with a lot of injuries, but just tough. When you don't have any receivers and you're not named Patrick Mahomes, certainly makes it a little bit difficult to win football games, as the 49ers found out last night, including losing Brandon Ayuk on what is likely going to be an ACL tear. So that adds to Christian McCaffrey. And then for all you Debo fantasy owners yesterday, I know you were super disappointed, as he was ready to go and then was very, very sick right prior to the game, and he was only on the field for 3 plays. So that obviously hurts the team and those fantasy owners that needed some help from Debo. And then, of course, Dre Greenlaw, he tore his Achilles last year in the Super Bowl. Hufanga came back from an ACL tear. He's out again. Jake Moody and then our backup both on the IR, and Daniel Carlson started the game with a 55-yarder, or not Daniel, Anders Carlson started with a 55-yarder and then doinked an extra point, which was his bugaboo up there in Green Bay. Starting the week off good, Jay, with a bugaboo right on the first segment.
Bugaboo.
That's right. How you doing?
Doing good. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. Good. David, thoughts on Mahomes and his MVP candidacy? Should it be more about what the team's doing, or should it be more about the individual player on that team? Typically, it's usually on the individual player on the best team. So,
right.
Yeah, they're certainly the best team in the league right now.
The award is definitely not the MVP for the most valuable team, because that's what the Super Bowl is. Now, I'll say this. The rest of the league needs to be put on notice if Patrick Mahomes is playing to the level that he's playing at and the Chiefs are still 6-0.
6-0.
That does not bode well for the other 31 teams to prevent the Kansas City Chiefs from three-peating here. I wouldn't have him at the top of my MVP right now. I would say that I would be somewhere in between Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, and Josh Allen. Those would be my three guys as of right now. And a little correlation for the San Francisco 49ers. Are they the Atlanta Braves this year of the NFL?
Ooh, they could be. They're certainly extending, and it's on both sides of the ball, and even in the special team side, and
all facets of the game.
All three, complementary football. That's what they call it, Jay. We'll call it complementary injuries. But hey, somehow they're still like 5th or 6th on the Super Bowl odds rankings. But hey, they got a tough schedule. They got Dallas next, then they go bye, then they got like Tampa Bay, Green Bay, Buffalo, somebody else in there that's pretty good. So, but hey, Chiefs got another win yesterday. They're well on their way to trying to make that three-peat a reality when it comes to the Super Bowl. Just give me Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, and I'll take that all day long. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. Last year we were talking about they're not dominating and not doing all these things, and they weren't 6-0 at this point. They were struggling a little more on the record side of things, and then of course they kind of caught up. But heck, this year they're dealing with tons of injuries and still the only undefeated team left in the NFL.
The two only times I've ever watched Mahomes in my whole entire life, he's always
You've watched him twice?
Maybe twice, yeah. Your house once. And
at the Super Bowl, yeah.
But he's the guy you want charging down the field in the fourth quarter. I mean, he just has that. He has that deal. I don't know what it is.
It's the combination of skill, vision, and just backyard football.
Yeah.
Because, you can get him outside of the pocket, and he still finds all these receivers with shovel passes, across your body passes, and then he just makes these ridiculous runs, too, when he needs to. He had the longest run of his career yesterday at 33 yards, and I don't know. It was, again, I said last week that I was going to expect to lose this game. Still sucked, but expected to lose it, and hopefully we can host Big D Sunday Night Football coming up and get a dub in that one to get back to 500.
Yeah, you guys will take care of business against the Cowboys, I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't know. We can't. Well, if we lose the Cowboys, that's going to be trouble. That is certainly the case. So that's your poll question for today. Should Patrick Mahomes currently be the favorite for the MVP? What do you think, Jay? You didn't give me an answer.
I agree.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's a baller. Shot caller.
20-inch blades?
There you go.
On the Impaler?
Yes.
Get you a swaller?
Get you a swaller.
You got you a swaller last Thursday. That Vienna sausage
I sure
juice.
did. I still can taste it in my burp. It's not good.
Whoa, still?
Yeah, still.
That was 5 days ago. That's how powerful it is?
Mm-hmm.
Impressive stuff. But, so you got your Arnold Blue on today. How was the pep rally?
Oh, man, are we going to talk about that?
Yeah. I'm gonna put
might as well see how much pep they had in their step before they got to the field.
0. My team let me down.
Yeah, how many came out when you announced them?
I mean, there's 15 golfers, right, between the boys and girls. How many do you guys think showed up for the pep rally?
I'll say 3.
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, you
already told me, so I couldn't
I didn't
guess.
know. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I was all fired up, and I get to center court, and they were like, the lady was like, all right, golf, let's meet at half court. Let's introduce. And I walk out there, and I'm like all proud, and I'm like, yeah, here we go. And then all of a sudden, boom, I've got 3 golfers there, and I'm like, womp, 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 womp.
Is that, what is that a testament to?
I don't know.
I think we're getting closer to you getting your eyebrows shaved off. That's what I feel like.
No.
Yeah, we're good. I let you slide already.
Everything.
No.
Arnold lost a football game. Your team seems to be, I'll call them out. I don't care. 3 people showed up to your announcement of them at the pep rally.
Fortunately, I found out that half the team was out practicing their game. So, I mean, that's a positive.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So they're just allowed to leave school and practice?
I don't want to call anybody out.
This is going downhill quick for you.
It is going downhill quick. Oh, man. Hey, if you want facts, just
ask
throw them out there.
Yeah,
just ask me. I'll tell.
Well, I mean, I just know you got a big tournament coming up next Monday, a week from today, over there at Panama Country Club, and got to get the boys motivated a little bit. Now, if they're out there practicing, that's good too. Hopefully, they spent this beautiful weekend getting some work in, getting ready, because it's postseason time, not only for golf but volleyball as well.
There's a heartbeat in the golf program this year. There is. There's a heartbeat.
So are you saying when Paul was there was not a heartbeat?
Well, I'm not saying that.
Kind of sounded like it.
But no, they want it. These guys want it, and they get a little mad or angry when they don't perform. And we'll see what happens Monday. But I mean, this is either we move on to Lake City Monday, or that's the end of the golf season.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
Little do or die.
Yeah,
do or die.
See what happens.
We do have a caller on the line. John, are you out there?
Yes, I am, and this is college football trivia, not NFL.
Okay. Not my wheelhouse, but it's definitely Jay's.
Oh, yeah. Come on, John.
Well, I just couldn't believe it when I heard it. Where and what year was the homecoming invented?
Ooh.
Oh.
I'm not sure. I'll take a guess, but I would love to know this nice little fun fact. What year was the
It is. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, my gosh.
Your surprisingness lends me to believe that maybe it's not as old as I think it is.
Oh, it's pretty old.
Okay. All right.
Pretty old.
You take a shot first, Jay.
I'll say 1902 Yale versus Princeton. I'm just throwing that out there.
I like it.
Close.
No.
Close.
Yeah, right, boy.
We get 3?
Oh, we get 3 guesses.
But between the 3 of us.
Gosh.
I'm gonna go a little earlier. 1898.
You said
1898. A little too old?
Need to be a little older.
Ooh, a little older.
Wow.
Gotcha. Man, we're getting back to when a lot of Alistair McKenzie golf courses were designed.
Right.
I like it. You take one more shot, Jay.
Take one more shot. All right, I'm going 1895.
It's a great year, though, 1895.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
it was an abstract question on the Missouri Tiger football game.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
There's a big hint.
The year...
Did Missouri have a football team?
I'm guessing maybe it has to do with Missouri, because Auburn was their homecoming opponent. Take
How
another.
about them Tigers?
Which ones? Because the Auburn ones let us down again, had another chance up by 14 points, and then just let Missouri, the other Tigers, come right back into that game with a couple quick touchdowns real fast. But, all right, give us the answer on this homecoming action.
You're talking to a Kansas City, Missouri transplant.
Yes, sir.
1911, and it was Missouri against Kansas, and the football game ended in a 3-3 tie.
Wow.
So homecoming was around before overtime rules.
You're right, I'm assuming. But I never knew. I've been a Missouri Tiger fan, been a football fan all my life. I never knew that. Homecoming was invented in Columbia, Missouri in 1911.
Man, that's
pretty good.
And I'm assuming that covers high school football too. Like that's the first ever time they did homecoming, and then it eventually bled over to high school football. That's gonna be my guess there.
That would be my guess too.
Yeah.
It was an Aflac question during the game, and I was just very surprised at the answer.
Yeah, 1911. Huh. PGA was invented in what, 1916, 1912, something like that.
Something like that.
But yeah, it says the game was accompanied by the parade, pep rallies, and a bonfire. Jay. Homecoming indeed.
All right.
Yes, gotta love them.
Absolutely. What do you think about your Missouri Tigers the rest of the way?
They've got a very rough schedule coming up. You know what? If we can keep our quarterback in, it was just amazing yesterday or Saturday when our quarterback went out of the football game. We became a totally different football team.
Yeah.
And, boy, he came back in with 30-some seconds left in the third quarter. And I don't know if you guys got to watch the game, but Missouri became the Missouri Tigers and played good football.
Absolutely. I was watching that game pretty much all the way, bouncing back and forth between a few others. But yeah, no, he is certainly an important asset there.
Mr. Cook.
Brady Cook. He is he's having a good year. And he, it looked like in the injury he got, he kind of dropped back. And I don't know what happened, but non-contact, non-football contact, that's for sure.
Something with his ankle.
Yeah.
To do with his ankle.
John, isn't it crazy that how long has Missouri been in the SEC now? Isn't it been about 15 years or so? Has it been that long?
I want to say it's closer to the early 2000s.
Okay,
like
so it's
2006, 5, 6, something like that.
So close to 20 years.
Wasn't it 2013? 2014?
Oh, well.
Jay asked the question, not me.
I've been down here 20 years, and I just, oh my gosh, we're coming to the SEC. We're going to
2012,
get murdered.
Yep. Okay.
We're going to get murdered. And we've held our own, I could say.
Yeah.
We've held our own.
No doubt. Especially the last couple of years, you guys have certainly been playing some great football. Obviously, probably dropped a couple games this year that you would have liked to not, but obviously the rest of the way, some huge opportunities there. That's for sure.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yes.
Well, John, we appreciate. Yeah.
Guys so much.
No, we appreciate you bringing us that little 1911 homecoming fact. Tie Tigers versus the Kansas Jayhawks. Yeah, absolutely. First ever homecoming.
3-3 tie.
Man, that must have been a exciting homecoming game, to say the least.
Hey, John Beezer says hi.
Oh, he does. Well, you tell him I said hi right back.
He said hi right back, John Beezer.
Oh, good stuff. Well, John, we appreciate.
AKA, buddy. Absolutely.
Well, you have a great.
Yes, you guys have a wonderful day also, and never up, never in.
That's
right.
That's it.
John, that's right.
That's a golf term there, Jay Henley.
Yes, sir.
You know all about it.
Right.
You got to be up to be in.
Yep.
Give gap, tape gap.
That's right.
I'll add that to the shirt list. John, have a great rest of your day. We appreciate you listening very, very much.
Yeah.
Never up, never
I had a new T-shirt idea as well.
All right, I got the list right here.
At the end of the day, it's night.
That's it. It's classic. That's great. Oh, goodness.
All right, got him updated. T-shirt has been updated.
Yeah.
All right, that was some good stuff there. Homecoming 1911. He threw me off because you guessed what, 1902, and then you said older.
Yeah.
But it was actually younger.
That's right.
That's why I went in the 1890s.
Same.
Yeah. Getting close to the start of college football there at that point.
I'm trying to envision that homecoming, though. I mean, what? The year's what? He said 1911?
1911.
The year before the Titanic sank? I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to envision that. I mean, I don't know.
Probably a lot of running.
You think so?
Yeah. A lot of running.
Well, I'm just thinking all the off-field deals.
All the
I'm just, like the homecoming dance, and I don't know. It'd be kind of.
Tell us what it would have been like.
I don't know. Been interesting, to say the least.
Yeah. What else you got for us in this first segment? I got other things, but now we're up against a break here momentarily.
It's Monday.
That it is. You got a tip of the week for us tomorrow? Are you here? First off, are you here all week?
That's
the big question, because that's the question. Beth now asks me every morning. She's like, is Jay going to be on today? I was like, I haven't heard from him, so I'm assuming that's a yes.
We ask the same question every single morning, don't we?
It's a gamble.
And I ask myself that same question.
That's probably the underlying theme on this whole thing.
It just, it just depends what tomorrow brings.
I did watch the turnaround yesterday on Netflix about Trey Turner and the standing ovations and the Philadelphia Philly fan that kind of started that thing. It's only 25 minutes long, but it was a fantastic little documentary.
Okay.
And kind of changed my perspective a little bit on the Philadelphia sports fans.
Really?
Just a little bit.
I got you.
What do you think about the Cleveland Browns fans booing when Deshaun Watson popped his Achilles tendon?
I didn't know.
Now you do.
Yeah. Interesting. Why would they do that?
You tell me.
Mean.
Yeah. It's not nice.
Mean.
Daggum right.
Right.
Oh, mean indeed, Jay. Mean indeed. We'll end on that one in the first segment. We get back. We got lots to talk about today. Recapping, Jay, on all the things that happened this week in football, or this weekend in football, I should say. You're listening to The Inside Drive. We'll be right back.
This just in. Get The latest sports news, scores, and updates from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Follow us on Facebook for exclusive content, behind-the-scenes action, live streams, and the chance to interact with your favorite hosts.
Stay connected. Stay connected. Stay connected.
Join the conversation on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Search for ESPN Northwest Florida and crush the follow button.
I follow you on social media.
We're always here to keep you in the game.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Monday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, sunshine and a high of 80 with a gentle breeze around 11 miles per hour coming out of the northeast. For tonight, clear skies and a low near 63. Tomorrow, wind 5 to 10 miles per hour, sunny and a high around 82. For Wednesday, sunshine and a high of 83. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
As a realtor, it's important who you choose as your title company. May we suggest South Oak Title? Their offices are modern, comfortable, and state-of-the-art. South Oak Title can close transactions in any location in Florida, Alabama, and Tennessee. Their free mobile app allows realtors to deliver a net sheet in seconds. They provide mobile closing services to accommodate buyers and sellers. Their offices are beautifully decorated, state-of-the-art, complete, safe, and secure. South Oak Title, creating a better title and closing experience through technology and tailored service. Visit them online at southoaktitle.com.
Hey folks, Chris Kramer with Bill Kramer GM. And the best place to listen to the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey is inside a brand new vehicle from Bill Kramer GM. And I want you to know we've got 10 times the amount of inventory on the ground as we did this time last year, and darn near all of them are discounted. So shop us online at BillKramerGM.com or visit us the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd. We'll make it easy and take great care of you.
For the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey and Jay Henley.
This man is destroying golf.
Broadcasting live from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine and Outdoor Studios.
You may be right, but our ratings are up and we're attracting new youthful sponsors.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. A few big injuries happened yesterday, and as I mentioned it as we were going out, because I was talking about the Netflix, it's just a short little film, little short documentary, 25 minutes on Trey Turner and how when he came back from the Dodgers and got that $300 million contract with the Yankees, he was awful. And then one fan decided to make a TikTok video about changing what, instead of booing him, instead of being tough love, they decided to just give him a standing ovation, and they did it every time he did, and he turned around and had the best 2-month stretch of his career, which that kind of brings us to what happened yesterday with Deshaun Watson. Obviously a famous situation up there in Cleveland. He gets hurt. He obviously balls out when he starts in Houston. He goes up there. They pay him $230 million, guaranteed, largest at the time. Of course, he's got all that legal trouble as well that all gets taken care of. But obviously, he's not been playing that great. And the Cleveland fans, after what happened, you could see it. We were watching this one. Somehow it was on the Red Zone Channel Live, and you just watch him take a step back. And this is the fourth Achilles tear for big-time players in the last 2 years. You started with Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins, Dre Greenlaw, and now Deshaun Watson. All non-contact, by the way. And I've had double Achilles tendon surgery, so every time I see one of those... Bilateral Achilles tendon surgery, which maybe somebody's got some Achilles tendons they can give Christian McCaffrey. That'd be great. So we need to get him back out on the field amongst many other people. But anyway... What happened when he was being carted off the field yesterday is not a good look for that Cleveland fan base. Regardless of how you feel about his play, this guy is going out there, and when you play in the NFL, you're literally putting your body on the line each week in and out, and now he's paying the price again with another season-ending injury that's going to, we see what Aaron Rodgers is doing. That's a whole lot of nothing coming off this Achilles tendon tear. But here's a little clip from not the second string, but he was behind DTR yesterday, Jameis Winston.
The way I was raised, I was taught to love no matter the circumstances, especially for people who do right by you. I'm grateful that I had a chance to serve Deshaun, but I am very upset with the reaction to a man that has had the world against him for the past 4 years, and he put his body and life on the line for this city every single day, regardless of your perception, regardless of what you thought should happen with him. He committed every single day that I've been here to be the best that he can be for this team. And I know I come from the deep South, Birmingham, Alabama, Bessemer, Alabama. So I know the standard that hungry fans want. But the way I was raised, I will never pull on a man when he's down. But I will be the person to lift him up. And that, all of us have unique experiences. All of us have circumstances, conditions, and facts that we face every single day. And I pride myself in being a man of increase and being a man that wants the best out of everybody. I tell myself every morning what I want for myself, I want for everyone. And I do not want the treatment that Deshaun Watson has received from these passionate fans. I know you love this game. When I first got here, I knew these were some amazing fans. But Deshaun was treated badly. And now he has to overcome another obstacle. So I'm going to support him. I'm going to lift him up. And I'm going to be there for him. Because I see the way he fights. I see the way that he works. And I know who he is as a person and as an NFL quarterback. And that's all I have to say to address him. I'm sending up my prayers. I already prayed for his leg, and I will continue.
Jay Henley, thoughts?
Who was that speaking?
Jameis Winston.
That was Jameis. Okay,
yes, that's what we said like 4 times before we played the clip.
Is it Monday morning or Sunday morning? It feels like Sunday morning.
Yeah, for you.
Yeah, for sure. But no, I mean, he's using his platform to speak the truth, and he's speaking the truth, and good for him. Bad for Cleveland fans. I mean, that's awful. I don't even know. I mean, what? I don't know. It was just last year with Hamlin, that was a different, instance. But
yeah, he died on the field and he got brought back.
Yeah, but still, I mean, it's just football, right? Like, anyways.
Yeah, it is. But some of these fan bases, they care a lot. Real quick before we go to Brad on the phone line, LeBron James was quoted saying, "It's certainly wrong to cheer because a player suffered serious injury, let alone a player on a team that one supports." Now, you have seen players get injured and stuff for opposing teams, met with a lot of different cheers and things, but to do it for someone on your own team, I mean, geez, but anyway, let's go to the phone lines. We got Brad out there. Brad, how are you doing on this beautiful Monday morning?
Well, I was good until you had me follow LeBron. What a setup. Thanks.
You're welcome. I did that on purpose. I mean, I got to follow Jay every day. I mean, imagine doing that.
Yeah, right?
Right?
Oh, man. Yeah, so I got to defend the Browns fans a little bit.
I like it. The other side of it.
Yeah, so first of all, let's step back big picture here. And I'm not trying to, the whole DeMar Hamlin thing got brought up, and I guess that's kind of where I'm going with this. But, in the big picture of things, for regular, normal people, a torn Achilles is really not that crazy of a situation. It's like a 30 to 60-minute outpatient procedure. Nowadays, a lot of people don't even get the surgery. They just walk around with it. They repair themselves over time. I mean, if we can be honest, a torn Achilles is really only a big deal to somebody getting $230 million to play a sport. So, I don't want people to act like the guy DeMar Hamlin and died on the field and was resuscitated, because there's been a big sensationalization, I guess you can say, or overreaction to a popped Achilles.
Well, it's a season-ending injury for an NFL quarterback, so I get what you're saying for the common folk, but for someone who that's their livelihood, and I get it, he's getting guaranteed money.
You he got a guaranteed contract.
Yeah.
Not only that,
And that's
he
Cleveland's
ruined
ownership's
it.
fault.
He ruined it for everybody in the NFL ever going forward.
I don't think he did. I think the organization of Cleveland Browns did. That's for sure.
Well, he played terribly. So that clip by Jameis was full of some of the funniest comments I think I've ever heard.
Jameis is known for being a little of a sensationalist pregame
he's
speech kind of guy.
He's literally the worst quarterback in the league. And I'll say this, the team is the ones with the questionable morals when they sign the guy. So, I think acting like the Browns fans are the fall guy in this situation, I mean, clearly he's a person of questionable morals. And then here's a fun fact. The Browns are the only team in all of, FBS and the NFL to not even score 20 points. So, I mean, no one cheered when Nick Chubb got hurt. No one cheered when Jack Conklin got hurt. No one cheered when Jed Wills got hurt. And also to say this, I would say the cheers are kind of misdirected, not really at the injury, but we have an ownership that continues to move forward with literally the worst quarterback possibly in history right now, for the mere fact that he's trying to save his face and try to justify this trade. So, I think you would have heard those cheers whether Deshaun was just benched. I think you would have heard those cheers if he tore his ACL. Anything to get him off the field, the fans are going to cheer. And to be honest with you, to not cheer that the guy was removed off the field would be fake. Because the fans are that done with him.
Well, then they should protest by not going to games and support this organization that's, could have the potentially largest. They can't take that large of a dead cap hit. It would have to be like $76 million for 2 years.
The organization has been spitting in the face of the fans since 1999.
No doubt.
I mean,
no doubt.
And to keep going, they're moving the team out of Cleveland into Brook Park.
Yeah.
So, frankly, I hope it's embarrassing. Because here's the one thing I do know. You cannot shame a Browns fan.
No.
That's like trying to shame a cockroach. We invented shame. So, there's people that are literally going to go to their grave and never see the Browns do anything. And so that's where the cheers come from.
Do you bring Joe Flacco back?
Joe Flacco doesn't want to come back. Why would he? And at this point, I don't know why anyone else would ever want to come. Andrew Berry, just not to keep going on a tangent here, but the only reason people are coming to Cleveland is the money.
Yeah.
They're like the NIL of the NFL. They pay out all this money. They have, I think, the highest paid defense in the league right now, possibly. That's the only reason they're coming.
So what do you do to fix this organization?
Let Jameis be the quarterback.
There you go.
It has to be sold. I mean, Jimmy Haslam was run out of the last industry he was in because of illegal things he was doing, and he bought into an NFL team because it's not illegal to screw everybody over.
There you go. There you go.
He's now in an industry where he can legally, rip everybody off. Right to their faces.
Yikes.
How about a name change? From the Browns to something different?
I keep saying sell the team to LeBron, move it to Akron, the Cleveland LeBrowns.
Change it to a professional soccer team.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Cleveland, the Browns is crazy. I love that.
I love it too.
Leave the fans out of it, though.
Yeah. Whew.
Tough
stuff.
He would have got anything to get. If an asteroid would have hit the middle of the field, the fans would have cheered. It doesn't matter. He needed to be out of there.
Yeah. Yeah, and they just didn't have the guts to do it because of that contract. And
right. And I will tell you this, DTR did not play good. But if you look at the first like drop back he did was the first 3-step drop I've seen all year, where it was 3 steps and the ball came out, and it was like a 40-yard pass down the field, completed down the sideline.
Yep, you're like, oh, wait, that's what it's supposed to look like.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so, I mean, like I said, a lot of players have gotten hurt on the Browns before and they didn't cheer.
Didn't get, quote-unquote, celebrated they were being taken off.
This has to do with the guy being, number one, terrible at football, and number two, most fans didn't even want him signed to begin with because they don't agree with his moral turpitude.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, so, to quote the great Michael Scott, if the devil exploded and evil was gone forever, what kind of party would you have?
Oh, goodness. Goodness. Great show.
Yeah.
Great show. Still watching every...
Logging off.
Yes. We appreciate the call very, very much and putting it in a little perspective from a Cleveland Browns fan.
I like it.
Hey, there you go, Jay. All because you mixed up DeMar Hamlin in this whole situation. Oh, but anyway, let's talk a little college football, Jay.
All right.
Were you excited?
What happened?
God almighty.
God almighty. What? I mean, there was a lot of college football this weekend.
There's a lot of college football every weekend.
Yeah.
Little fun fact for you there. But no, your Georgia Bulldogs went into Texas and dominated that football game from start to finish. Even got Quinn Ewers benched in that second quarter, and then of course he came back in the second half. But yeah, no, Georgia Bulldogs showing Texas, and I spoke wrong. I thought Texas was going to do a lot better in this football game, but hey, Georgia came out and certainly dominated that thing. But something happened in that football game, Jay, that I have never witnessed with my own eyes before.
What happened?
There was a call in the game, a pass interference call on Texas that resulted. There was a pick six on the play, and there was
Texas playing offense or defense?
If Texas was making a defensive pass interference, it was they were on D. I might have not said D, so I'll give you a pass on that one. But yeah, so Georgia, they were running a route down the boundary, and it was like a comeback route there, and there was a lot of hand fighting, and they ended up calling the Texas defender ended up intercepting it and running it back for a touchdown. Huge momentum play in the game. It was just in the third quarter. Then the call was really bad. There's no doubt about it. But then the Texas fans started throwing bottles and all this stuff onto the field, which the university's been fined $250,000 since that incident. But while that was all going on, the referees kind of got together and, because of the delay in the game, they were discussing this, and they ended up reversing the call, so the touchdown counted for Texas. So naturally, Kirby Smart was just livid, and in his post-game interview said, they tried to steal the game from us, but we're dogs, yada 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 yada. Anyway, they go on to win pretty dominantly. But I've never seen a call reversed not with a review, and you can't review penalties. So I think this was the ref that made the call, said, guys, I screwed up real bad. Any way we can fix this? And the Whitecaps like, okay, we'll reverse it. And then, at the end of the day, I've never seen that happen before, but the right call eventually got landed on, but I don't even know if they were allowed to do that. Obviously they are because the game stood. David Hayes?
I have that audio ready if you want.
Ooh,
the Kirby Smart audio.
Ooh, perfect. We're full of audio today.
Network doubted us. Nobody believed us. And then they tried to rob us with calls in this place. And these guys are so resilient. You know what I mean? We talked about intent. What was our intent when we walked on the field? Our intent was not to take pictures, not to do all the superstar stuff. Our intent was to eat.
Nom, 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 nom. Hey, you know what? Georgia did. They came out and they showed Texas what it was like. Hey, you guys are so good. You beat Michigan. Great. You beat Oklahoma. They suck. They lost to South Carolina 35-3 or whatever it was. Georgia came in there and showed that welcome to the SEC, Texas. So there you go. And
where is Georgia sitting as the polls come out?
Yeah, the polls comes out Sunday, kind of early afternoon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll go over that here when we get back.
Okay.
When we get back. But yeah, your Georgia Bulldogs beat the number one team in the country on Saturday night over there in Austin, and you had to have known they won.
I did.
Yeah,
I knew it.
Yeah, you're just playing silly.
I have not I haven't watched it, though.
No, I didn't think so.
Yeah.
You retired from all those lessons.
Yes.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
But you guys listen to the Inside Drive. We appreciate all the callers today. Keep them coming. Makes my job just a little bit easier, but we'll be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Now, the individuals is James Brown, Elvis, and I got to give credit, Michael Jackson.
Johnny Cash.
I love
Boyz II Men, one of my favorites. I'm serious.
I was not jogging. I have never been caught jogging in my life.
Weekday morning 7 to 9. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
Every love story deserves a perfect beginning. At Tracy's Fine Jewelry, we believe that your engagement ring should be as unique as your love. Explore our vast selection of certified natural and lab-created diamonds, each hand-picked for brilliance and beauty. Whether you desire the timeless allure of one of our hand-selected engagement rings, or you'd like to custom design the perfect ring, visit us today and let our experts guide you in finding the ring of her dreams, because love deserves the best. Tracy's Fine Jewelry, where love sparkles.
Signworks, a business serving businesses since 1985. Everything from signs and banners, vehicles and boats, magnetic and real estate signs, contractor signs, and much more. Signworks can do large format, full color printing too. Signworks, a real professional in the business world. Call Signworks at 785-8899. Signworks, 850-785-8899.
Broadcasting live from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine and Outdoor Studios.
Have a quick stretch first.
The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey.
Must have pulled something playing hoops last week.
And Jay Henley.
I know you're not putting that rock up from here. You ain't got no J.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. You're listening to the Inside Drive. The Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Your home for those Mosley Dolphins. We haven't even got into high school football yet, Jay. A lot of calls, and you just learned in the break what Deshaun Watson was accused of during all that time and the controversy. So
Yeah,
you're a little more educated now on the situation. You know, Deshaun's not out there, raising money for hurricane victims and all that stuff. He had some legal troubles that it was all, I guess, quote unquote, settled out of the court system. But you can kind of understand, and sportsdom and fandom is a whole nother ball game, especially when it seems like it's more intense when your team is just never had the good fortune that you certainly want them to have. But anyway, getting back to your polls, Jay. We'll go through the slate real quick. So Oregon won Friday night. They dominated Purdue 35-0 in that. BYU on a game-winning touchdown. Beautiful pass by BYU's quarterback to win that close matchup against OK State to stay undefeated 38-35. Also on Friday night was the first time in 22 games that I mean this no slight at all to the FSU faithful there, but if your team isn't that great, just remember you could be an FSU fan right now because they went from being at the top essentially to just a complete flip side. I believe 1-6 now after that loss to Duke, and it doesn't get any easier coming up this week with going on the road against Miami. But yeah, Georgia beat Texas. Miami in a shootout with Louisville, 52-45, kind of a game-winning touchdown late in the game on that one by A.J. Allen. And then the other talk of the weekend, Jay, Alabama Crimson Tide went up to Rocky Top and dropped that football game 24-17. Just a good football game. Tennessee didn't score in the first half. Alabama only scored 7, but then boom, Tennessee came out after some halftime adjustments and made some big plays. The Alabama faithful, they're getting excited, but I do want to bring this up. This is the first time since 2007, Jay, that Alabama has had 2 losses before November. Do you know who the coach whose first year of coaching in 2007 was?
Was it Saban?
It was. And this is DeBoer's first year of coaching. So easy does it, guys.
There's a big difference, though, brother. There's a huge difference in what Nick Saban took over and what Kalen DeBoer took over. Yeah. That's kind of one of the issues, and we're seeing the exact opposite reverse. And I'm not someone who's mad at Kalen DeBoer. Hey, it's his first year, and I'll give everyone that. But what I'm seeing from Jalen Milroe is the opposite of what it was last year, where it was started slow and then started getting hot, whereas he started hot and now it's just like game in and game out. Like what I watched Saturday evening was what's going on. Now, is the offensive line giving him plenty of time? No, but he's also, when he does have time, still making decisions that makes me scratch my head.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but this is a lot better team that Kalen DeBoer has than what Saban had in year one.
That's 100% fair. 100% fair. I mean, and you know, it's one of those things. Your expectations following the greatest is, unless you're winning every game handedly, you're never going to be doing enough. But hey, still have an opportunity. But do you think their playoff hopes are out the window, Jay?
I mean, with the top 12, I mean, they could sneak it in. I don't think so. I think they're still in this thing. But, we talked about it earlier this year, right? I mean, it's almost like you got to date a little bit to find the right one, and I don't know if DeBoer's is going to be the right one moving forward. I mean, Alabama may have to go through another couple of coaches before they get that right one.
Well, I don't know if that's going to be the case because let me talk to you about some buyout situation, Jay. I was talking about Florida State, right? 1-6. Everybody wants Norvell gone. Well, if Norvell is going to be gone, Florida State would have to pony up $63,778,000. That's the third highest buyout as a current FBS coach, behind Kirby Smart and Kalen DeBoer. So that buyout number is more than $63 million. I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but so I don't think you're going to see a change up there, especially given the recruiting class of next year looking really, really spectacular.
All the Alabama fans, and I've seen ones who, when after the loss to Vanderbilt, it's like, oh, we need to give them time, and then after this loss, they're like, hey,
it's also Tennessee.
Right? It's like, well, we hate Tennessee. Absolutely hate it. I mean, you heard what Nick Saban said to the players. This game means more than what it does to than even Auburn does, and it's one of those situations where it's like, guys, let the cake bake. Even if we don't make the playoffs this year, if we, are 9-3.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's all right to have 3 losses every now and a dadgum again, and then let him. It's one thing that you brought up. All right, yes, did Kalen DeBoer take over a better team than what Nick Saban did? Absolutely, no question. However, was Nick Saban following in the footsteps of a giant, of the biggest giant that we've seen in college football? Right? Yeah. No, he hasn't. So there's pressure. There's different expectations. Well, the biggest thing I think that Alabama fans are seeing and not liking because they got so accustomed to the discipline factor of what Nick Saban brought to the Tide, that it's just not there this year. And it's kind of like where, you're used to being underneath the tutelage of mom and dad, and then all of a sudden you get a year with your uncle.
Substitute teacher, quote unquote.
Right. That's what's going on right now.
And is I know you just said that point, but is the discipline more on the coaching, or is it more the era of college football that these kids are living in, or maybe a combination of both?
It's a combination of both. Yeah. There's no doubt about that. But at some point, you're going to see the teams who, at least on the field, because I can't say that Georgia is the most disciplined team off the field, but you're going to see those teams rise to the top. There's a reason why. Are we sitting here bumping our gums about Clemson? Watch out for them, though, because they're a disciplined team. For 2 years now, we've heard people talking about how you're going to win in this day and age is by being great in the transfer portal. And now all of a sudden people are like, well, I think it's more about roster retention. Yeah, I've been saying that for 2 years. When you build something up, it's going to be a lot greater than when you just take something and say, here, this is what we have. I mean, the Dodgers, I guess, are a little bit of a different situation there. But if you think about it, they've had that core now for a little while. And then you add the greatest player in baseball to that mix, and he's as good as advertised. Well, things just tend to work out in your favor. But here with college football, you're going to be in a better position if you're building from within and then taking a few pieces and say, oh, these pieces would really fit well into the puzzle that we have here, but they're not the missing piece. The missing piece is what we do to be the program that we are destined to be by building it up.
No doubt. That's really in anything, too. I mean, any business, any sport, whatever it may be. Like, yeah, you can bring new people in, but you still have to have your core group, your core culture, and that's what defines you as a team.
Well, and going back, and I didn't watch this game last night, but I did see Michael Keaton and that Pittsburgh Steelers in the beginning of that game. Michael Keaton did this little intro about Pittsburgh, and how Tomlin's been there forever. And they've only been through 2 or 3 coaches in 44 years.
3 coaches in the same amount of time the Jets have had, I think, some astronomical number like 18 or something like that.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know how that happens or who defines that. I don't know if that's the ownership or if that's like the town or whatever.
It's whoever's making the calls, the business decisions.
But I do agree with that, and I like where David went with that. Is like, don't snatch the bait out of the water quite yet. Just let you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, you have to
let it sit.
Be realistic.
Yeah.
You can't go undefeated every year.
Right.
You can't have just one loss every year. That's not how college football is built.
Right.
And I don't get why this is all that surprising either. Anyway, because we lost to Vanderbilt.
Yep.
We barely escaped against South Carolina. We're on the road in Neyland taking on
one of the toughest places to play.
Decent Tennessee team, and they gave up the ghost. I mean, they had an opportunity to win that game. They gave up the touchdown, then just some terrible passes by Milroe. Then you get the ball back by great time management. Why do you always hold on to your timeouts till the end of the game?
Because you don't need them.
The proof is in the pudding right there in that game. And then Jalen Milroe, what's he do to start the drive? Throws an interception. So is this loss on Milroe? Absolutely not. But I just don't understand. It's almost embarrassing to be an Alabama fan, not because of what's happening on the field, but because how everyone is overreacting. Do you not remember from about 1994 to 2007? Like, I do, because that's all I knew was we're not that good, but daggum it, roll tide. We got like 15 national championships prior to my livelihood.
Yep.
Well, you don't have another sports team in the state of Alabama, so that's your end all be all.
You got those Auburn Tigers.
Well,
come over to that side and let me know how it is, folks. I did that by choice.
That's like living a bipolar life.
Oh man,
Ralph Jackson,
amongst others. But yeah, just kind of diving through the rest of that slate. LSU handed it to Arkansas 34-10. Iowa State 38-35 over UCF. That was a great football game. Clemson 48-31 after going down a little early in that game to Virginia. Notre Dame beat Georgia Tech 31-13. Texas A&M over Mississippi State 34-24. Those Indiana Hoosiers, although I believe they lost their quarterback, they won over Nebraska 56-7. 7-0 right now, 4-0 in the Big Ten. K-State beating West Virginia 45-18. Auburn dropped a game that they were up by 14 at one point. Kind of the thing that's going on this year. Can't find a way to put games away, and that's what separates good from bad football teams. Those Missouri Tigers won that one 21-17. SMU over Stanford 40-0. Illinois shut down Michigan 21-7 in that game. Didn't let Michigan score in the second half. Two of my favorite bets this weekend, Army and Navy. Army rolled 45-28 over East Carolina. East Carolina scored a lot of garbage touchdowns late in that game, 21 points in the fourth quarter. The Midshipmen 51-17 over Charlotte. And that kind of rounds out your top 25. Jay, your updated AP poll. Who's number one?
Georgia.
No.
Oh.
They lost. This team has not.
Georgia didn't lose.
Yes, they did.
What?
They lost to the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Oh, I thought we were talking about this week in particular. Okay.
No, we're talking about the AP poll, which is
Gotcha.
updated this
Okay.
week. Yes.
Who is undefeated?
There's a lot of teams undefeated.
Is there?
But this team is number 1 undefeated.
Oregon?
Yes.
Hey, all right.
I was going to give you the Mighty Ducks. Quack, quack, quack. Go. Yes, 7-0 Oregon Ducks. Georgia all the way up to number 2. They jumped up 3 spots with that win over the number 1 team in the country. They jumped Penn State and Ohio State. Penn State 3 at 6-0. Ohio State 4 at 5-1. Texas Longhorns still in the top 5. They dropped 4 spots after losing to Georgia in that football game. Miami stays tight at 7-0. Tennessee moved up 4 spots after beating Alabama. They're 6-1. LSU 8, 6-1. Clemson Tigers, like David Hayes said, this is David Hayes always has a team he kind of references a few times, kind of early, mid-season, and then it comes out to be at the end. They're looking pretty good. I've heard him do it many a time, both college and NFL. So watch out for those Clemson Tigers sitting at 6-1. The Iowa State Cyclones 7-0. BYU 7-0. They're hosting they're heading over here to Orlando this weekend to take on the UCF Knights. Notre Dame 12, Indiana 7. It's the first time in a long time that Indiana is ranked ahead of Alabama in the AP poll. Then you've also got K-State at 16, Boise State 17, Ole Miss 18, Pittsburgh 6-0, 19, Illinois 6-1, Missouri 6-1, 20 and 21 respectively. SMU sitting at 22, 6-1. Army and Navy. Looking forward to the Army-Navy game this year. Both teams undefeated. Army sitting at 23rd. Navy moved up a spot, sitting at 6-0 in the 24th spot. And then for the first time in a long time, Jay Henley, the Vanderbilt Commodores have cracked the top 25 in the AP poll, sitting at that 25th spot.
5 stars.
5 stars indeed.
Yes, sir.
5 stars indeed. But yeah, that's your updated top 25. Couple 2 weeks from tomorrow, Jay, is not only election day, but is also the first college football playoff poll of the 2024-25 season. So we'll as we approach that, that's when it really matters. Obviously, the AP poll kind of shows you a little bit of the direction it's going. But once that college football first rankings comes out on November 5th, we'll really start to have a direction on what this 12-team playoff is going to shape out for the first year ever doing it.
I like it.
There you go. We'll go ahead and take a quick break. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida is your touchdown headquarters for the Mosley Dolphins and the Auburn Tigers. Plus, premier college and NFL games. Your source for the most live football on the Gulf Coast in a rich audio experience.
ESPN Northwest Florida. This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Monday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, sunshine and a high of 80 with a gentle breeze around 11 miles per hour coming out of the northeast. For tonight, clear skies and a low near 63. Tomorrow, a wind 5 to 10 miles per hour, sunny and a high around 82. For Wednesday, sunshine and a high of 83. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
WPLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Lynn Haven, powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Attention homeowners, are you dreaming of a backyard oasis? Look no further than SNR Fencing, your go-to destination for quality outdoor transformations. At SNR, they specialize in crafting custom fences, decks, retainer walls, and all exterior construction that not only enhances the beauty of your home, but also stands the test of time. Their experienced team takes pride in delivering top-notch craftsmanship with a personal touch. SNR Fencing, locally owned, licensed, and insured, and a member of the BBB.
Live from the 19th hole.
I can't believe you're a professional golfer. I think you should be working at the snack bar.
It's the Inside Drive from the Bill Kramer Marine and Outdoor Studio.
The price is wrong.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Rockets in flight. Afternoon delight.
And welcome back. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. 104.3 in Panama City Beach, 101.9 in Port St. Joe. Along that beautiful Forgotten Coast. We got a beautiful week lined up for us, Jay Henley. We actually may have no rain for the entire month of October.
Ooh.
We're approaching that. The forecast doesn't have any in it, and we haven't had any yet. But certainly beautiful out there, warming up to the mid-80s this week, low 60s. Very, I would say, normal temperatures this week for us. Just a beautiful time of year to be out and about, maybe getting a golf lesson and being out there on the lesson tee. I'm sure you've been busy out there, especially given how nice the weather's been.
It has been very, very busy.
And if people want to jump on with you on the lesson tee, what do they got to do?
Golfwithjay.com.
As simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. Golfwithjay.com.
Book it, Dano.
Book it, Dano. You don't even need Dano. You just go to golfwithjay.com. You pick the date, you pick the time, you click book it. Boom. Yep. Right there. It comes right in your phone. Just try to avoid that 11 to 1 time. He doesn't always block it off.
No, but, it's always open.
I think that's on purpose.
Nah, just, you know.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start booking a 2-hour lesson every day from 11 to 1.
You would.
I will.
Yeah, you would.
I will. I'm just not putting my credit card down to hold it.
Right.
I don't know if you have to do that or not, but I'm not.
Yeah, I know. No.
But yeah, I'll just book every day. You got a lesson with me from 11 to 1.
What's the name? What's the name you're going to put it under?
Ooh, good. I don't know. You put me on the spot on that one. I had to be clean with my answer.
Yeah,
so I hesitated a little bit. Hesitated a little bit there. But where can you download our free mobile app, Jay? We missed you in the first segment for it.
Google Play or Apple Store.
What do you got to search?
104.3.
Bingo. That gets that free mobile app right onto your phone, whether it's an Android or an Apple phone. It's available for free in both of those. We appreciate you downloading that. We appreciate you listening. We appreciate you following all of our social channels. That's Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Just search ESPN Northwest Florida live every day on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We got the morning show. We got the Inside Drive. And we got the afternoon underdogs every day, Monday through Friday. You can also head over to ESPNPC.com. Scroll down just a little bit. You'll see that TV channel icon. Once you find that, that'll take you to Lucid Streams. If you use promo code ESPN-NW, it'll be about $40 a month. Literally every baseball, every NFL, every college, every NHL, and starting tomorrow is the NBA season, Jay.
Cinemax, Showtime, HBO.
All that good stuff.
All of it?
All of it. Even all the regional sports channels.
How about that?
I don't know how they do it, but all you got to do is go to ESPNPC.com, click on the TV channel icon, and sign up for Lucid Streams using code ESPN-NW.
Yes, sir.
Also, if you were looking for a new vehicle, a new boat, or get your stuff serviced, 2 great locations or 2 places at one great location. That is the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd Street. And I'm talking about Bill Kramer GM and Kramer Marine and Outdoor. Lots of new vehicles in stock. Lots of used vehicles in stock. They'll change your oil. They'll change your tires. Or if you need even more work done than that, Bill Kramer GM will make it easy and take great care of you. Still got about 2.5 months to get that 6,000-pound vehicle in your garage or your driveway. And you get, if you own your own business, of course, then you get 90% deduction in that first year. And, of course, it's fishing season is the fall fishing season is really starting to ramp up. Hopefully the wind will slowly start. It seems like it was died down a little bit this morning. Get you out in the bays and get you out in the Gulf. And Kramer Marine and Outdoor can get your boat fixed up. It'll come right to you to get you back out on the water. But if you're looking to just purchase something new, they sell the CRI family. That's Seabourn, Sundance, Spider, and Skeeter. Skeeter is not officially part of the CRI, but that's part of the Kramer Marine and Outdoor family. Just give them a call. They'll get you hooked up with whatever you may need. And if you want to get rid of your boat, they'll do that as well. They'll take all the hassle out of that particular purchase. So big shout out to our studio sponsor, Bill Kramer GM and Kramer Marine and Outdoor. Still searching for that lunch sponsor, Jay. I know we're hungry every day in here and would love to talk about food for somebody that we're trying to send some business to. Because we do talk about food a lot. It's just not necessarily directed at anything. So give us a call. We'll make that happen for you. It is the lunch hour. 2 of them, as a matter of fact.
Oh, yeah. Are you more of an 11 to 12 kind of lunch person or 12 to 1?
11 to 1.
Oh, you like to get it done.
11-1.
I'll
take one.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even notice it. Yeah. 11 to 12. You knew what I was going to say.
yeah.
If you have breakfast to kind of get your metabolism going, makes you a little bit more hungry.
Right.
So I like to get that lunch in. Now, obviously, I don't ever do it Monday through Friday, typically here on the radio show. But yeah, no, I'm more of the 11 to 1 kind of guy. What about you?
I like at 10:30 or something.
Ooh,
I don't know.
So you're even earlier. So that's why you're late sometimes?
Yeah. And I think it happened back, sometimes, yeah. I think it happened back many years ago when I was in the golf business, and the employees would have lunch from like 10:15 to 10:45.
Yeah, where if you were at a big country club, a lot of times that'd be on the line for you in the kitchen. Yeah.
Right.
So you don't see that much anymore in the golf business.
No, and I think it happened such at an early age till I just that 10:30.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Got you into the routine.
But the peasants would eat at 10:30, and then the members of the club would would eat. From 11 to 1.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
It's like Pavlov, right? It conditions you. At 10:30 rolls around, you're like, hey, I'm hungry.
That's right.
Somebody feed me.
That's right.
But now you got to feed yourself.
My stomach thinks my throat's been cut.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go. Here's another. Is that a T-shirt I do?
It is.
Is that a J?
I think that you might already have that one in there.
Yeah, that one's in there. I threw that. Yeah.
I don't think
you don't think so.
No.
Control F.
Control F.
That's right. Is that pace?
No, that's Control V.
Oh.
Control F is find, and then you type in what you want, it'll pop up.
The more you know.
Because knowledge is power. All right, what was it? My stomach thinks it's not on there. My stomach thinks my throat's been cut.
Yeah, because I thought that we added that one whenever we were talking about the pork shoulder or the pork butt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. That was about that same one, yeah.
I could go through the list, but... oh, no! There it is.
Yeah.
Son of a bee sting.
Son of a bee sting. New one for me.
I like that.
That's my PG phrase that I use too often. But yeah, no, it's right there. It's right there. Oh, man. The mountains are high, but the valleys are low.
Wide.
The valleys are wide. I think I had to fill that one in. But wide is not the opposite of high.
They're low and wide.
Deep and wide, there's a fountain flowing deep and wide.
It's the first time I've heard that song. It's a good day today. I like it. You got an afternoon delight debrief for us, Jay?
I do. This is crazy, man.
You say that every time you read one. I like it though. It gets me excited. My tail starts wagging.
Yeah, right. Over in Pontypridd, Wales. Pontypridd, Wales. A gentleman finds his Nokia 3310 phone.
Ooh.
He lost 22 years ago, still with 1 bar of battery.
Come on.
No, I'm not making this up. A man from Pontypridd, Wales finds his long-lost Nokia 3310 after 22 years, and guess what? It turned on with 1 bar of battery left. If this doesn't put the power bank industry out of business, I don't know what will.
That Nokia phones, man. They were the bee's knees.
They were.
And you had so many varieties, too, but they all had those great ringtones.
I still remember the color of mine. Do you remember your color? Did you have a Nokia 3310?
It was the 3310, the one that had. It was like it kind of looked like a phone you'd have like at your house that was not on a cord, and it had like the antenna. I got it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was about the size of your iPhone 15, but it had the actual keypad.
I like when you type in Nokia 3310 pops up right at the top. Yeah, no, I 100% had the 3310.
Okay. Mine was navy blue. I don't know.
I think I changed mine to some ridiculous like plate that you got in, like the kiosks at the mall. Remember that where they had all the different ones accessorizing?
49ers?
No, I don't know if they had that. Licensing wasn't there yet for the phone cases.
I gotcha.
But yeah, no, definitely had that. Snake, had to play some Snake.
Yes.
Yeah. That was peak. That was peak cell phone stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing that to the table.
1 bar of battery.
Turned it on and it had 1 bar.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Maybe we don't need all that lithium. Maybe we just need more Nokia 3310 batteries.
Absolutely.
That's impressive. I guess if you have the battery off for a long time, it'll power back up and give you a little juice. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've got one for you. This is from our very own WJHG.com. This was actually last week, just never got to it. The title of this article is Giant Inflatable Pumpkin Attacks Police Officer Trying to Wrangle It. You can head over to WJHG's website to watch the video if you want. Bay Village, Ohio, a runaway Halloween display in Ohio caused problems for a police officer trying to wrangle it. Dashcam footage shows a Bay Village police officer attempting to move a giant 15-foot inflatable pumpkin that had blown away from a yard into a street. The Bay Village Police Department said the officer was sent to the area of Wolf Road and Sadler Road in the early hours of October 14th after someone called in the runaway pumpkin. Oh yeah, I see it, the officer is heard saying in the dashcam footage. As the officer moves towards the pumpkin, it is blown in his direction, appearing to swallow the officer whole. For a few moments, the dashcam footage is completely blocked by the pumpkin as it knocked against the police officer's cruiser. Soon thereafter, the police officer reappears from underneath. Going on record, this is going to be tough to move, the officer is heard saying. Eventually, with the help of another officer, the inflatable display was moved out of the roadway into a yard. Luckily, no police officers or pumpkins were harmed during the event, the police officers confirmed.
Dang.
I would have just popped it.
No kidding. Yeah, that's what about that brings me to
me too. Bring it up.
Do you remember the kids in the inflatable, and then the wind came up, and then like it took the inflatable,
it lifted the entire bounce house up
like a half a mile down the road.
Scary.
I mean, I know it's now all of a sudden everybody's got these inflatables for all of the like Halloween and Christmas and stuff.
You got those giant skeletons too. You see everywhere. I just want to know where people are storing those.
That's no kidding.
Just leave them up all year, I guess.
Well, we got plenty of storage.
Yeah. If you want to, you could do that. I guess you would need that for that size skeleton. But yeah, I once made the mistake. It was an impulse buy at Sam's Club many years ago. They had an 8-foot diameter beach ball, and I was like, you know what? That seems like a good idea. It wasn't a good idea. There's only so much you can do with an 8-foot inflatable beach ball.
8 foot.
And basically, it's just rolling it back and forth.
And then you got fun.
Yeah, no, it was fun for about 5 minutes.
You could put that in the bay and then try to jump on it.
That'd be tough.
That would be fun.
If it's windy, that current would take you off. That's for sure. 8 feet though.
Yeah,
it's a big beach ball. Diameter. Diameter. You know what diameter is?
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a big. Yeah, it's a big beach ball.
It is a big beach ball.
Yeah,
felt like a good decision at the time.
Right.
It wasn't. We didn't keep it very long. Actually, I think I tried to give it to my parents because they had a bigger backyard. But
right.
Yeah. All right, I got one more. Or actually, I got several more. This is interesting. New Zealand airport limits drop-off hugs to 3 minutes.
Come on.
That's a long hug, though, 3 minutes.
That is.
It is a long hug.
Hug it out.
Be quick. A New Zealand airport posted a sign in its drop-off zone asking passengers and their drivers, to limit their farewell hugs to a maximum of 3 minutes. Photos of a sign at a Dunedin airport went viral online for its unusual message. Max hug time, 3 minutes. For fonder farewells, please use the car part. What do they mean by fonder farewells, Jay? Dan DeBono, the airport's chief...
Like conjugal visits.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Fonder. Dan DeBono, the airport's chief executive officer, said some goodbyes in the drop-off zone have been taking far too much time. We're trying to have fun with it. It's an airport, and those drop-off locations are common locations for farewells, he told Radio New Zealand. There's no space left for others. It's about enabling others to have hugs. I get it. So he's wanting other people to enjoy hugs as well, not just the person taking a 3 minute
Okay.
It's caused quite a stir. We've gone through we've got quite a bit of conversation going, he said. And that's the end of the story.
Interesting.
3 minutes, though, is a long time.
Do they have a sign out that says like?
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
It kind of reminds me of Breakfast Point. You know, the elementary school, right? Yeah. They have signs, and I think it's kind of cool. But like they have signs as you drop your kid off. Well, the first sign is make sure your kid's there. Like make sure you have your kid. Then number 2, make sure you have a smile on their face. Like make sure everybody's ready. But kind of cool though.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
But no hugs after 3 minutes.
That's a long time. We haven't even been talking about this for 3 minutes. That's how long the hug would have been.
Those are good hugs, though, right?
Yeah. Now, is
Make you
it
feel loved?
Is it 3 minutes worth of hugs, or is it a 3-minute hug?
Yeah, you could just stop after every like minute and be like, "Oh, we're resetting."
2 seconds. Yeah. When does the timer officially start, and when does the timer stop?
That's true.
A lot of variables in this.
I think it depends on the fondness.
That's true. Fonder farewells. Please visit the car park.
I'm not a big fan of the side hug though. I think that's good. I think it's just made up. Like
The side hug?
It's not made up. It's reality.
Yeah.
I think if you're gonna
You want
hug
the whole
somebody,
thing?
you want the whole.
Now let me
thing.
ask you this. I'm going to use the PG term. Do you ever go in and you have the butt out hug?
The butt out hug. That's somebody that's like germophobic, maybe.
No, where you're hugging somebody, but you don't want to. You keep. your butt out.
yeah. No, I never. I
You
don't
go
think
in
I
for
ever
the whole
do
kit and
that.
caboodle.
Absolutely. I don't
hey.
care who it is, whatever. Like hug it out.
Yeah, you do give good hugs.
You do too, David Hayes, Mulvey. You guys hug it out.
You know who else gave a really good hug Friday? Miss Lucinda Todd.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It made you feel like, oh man, this is like a real love hug.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next person, Jay, that you hug, I want you to hug him for 3 minutes, and then let me know how it goes. Let me know how awkward it gets.
I got dibs.
We'll start a sign-up list on the live show. 3 minutes.
There is something about a hug, man. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
especially when you're down. Oh,
Absolutely.
come on.
Come on.
It's that that human touch.
It is.
New Zealand's just trying to step on anybody's toes.
Yeah, I'm not going there anytime soon.
I was worried that you were. But
That
now
was the whole point of that debrief was to make sure that you didn't go because we saw the gears up there just a churning, and we don't want you to go over there and be learning the wrong things.
That's
Keep your
right.
hugging at a maximum.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna.
So someone turn to your neighbor and give him a hug today.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, or go to an airport and hug for 5 minutes. If there's no sign, do what you want.
Yeah.
Those drop-off areas can get intense in busy airports, though, like Hotlanta.
Yeah.
If you're there and like you get out and you try to take your luggage out of the car, you're like, oh my God, they're gonna yell at me and then get me going. It's intense. Newark, Atlanta, some of these big time ones. You feel the pressure in those drop-off areas. So I understand why New Zealand's trying to make sure nobody's hugging for 3+ minutes.
Patience is a virtue.
It is. It is. And a 3-minute hug is a very, very long hug.
Yeah, right. Oh, goodness.
Jay, I think this is a world record you can take a shot at.
What we got?
Canadian man walks 38 dogs at once to break world record.
That's the record? 38?
38.
I just feel like that's like
That's a lot of dogs.
It
That's
is a
16
lot
on
of
each
dogs.
side.
That's more than 16 on each side.
Oh, excuse me, 14 on
19.
or 19.
Yeah.
Me with bad math. A canine-loving Canadian broke a Guinness World Record by taking 38 dogs on a single walk for over a half a mile. Jay, this is it. This is the one you can break. All you got to do is get 39.
That's doable.
And it's only a half mile. He's got them locked in too, like all the leashes are like connected together. So he's really only holding one leash on each side. Now, granted, it's 19 leashes all put together on each side, but
Is there a picture of it?
There is.
A lot of small dogs, big dogs.
Small dogs, big dogs, some as big as your head. What's that from?
I ain't never heard of that.
It's like a Pomeranian, right? The size of Jay's head.
Probably.
Big one, small one, some as big as your head. That's from a movie. I just can't think of what movie.
Probably Dalmatians, 101 Dalmatians.
Probably something like that. But yeah, most of them look undersized for sure. Smaller, I should say.
Yeah.
Lots of different breeds, though, in there. But yeah, over a half a mile. Mitchell Rudy led a pack of 38 leashed pooches on a 0.6-mile walk to break the Guinness World Record for most dogs walked simultaneously by an individual. The previous record of 36 dogs was set in Gosan, South Korea. The dogs participating in Rudy's attempt were provided by a Korean canine rescue shelter. All of these dogs, some of them are from the puppy mill industry, some of them are just former meat harvesting areas. Ooh, Rudy told WGBR. These are dogs that have been rescued by KK9R, but also other agencies inside of Korea. There's a lot of stigma around rescues. They are great animals. They deserve a good home. They just need a little bit of love, maybe a 3-minute hug, Jay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Rudy said his record attempt was aimed at promoting dog adoption. He also wanted to do something that made these dogs be the champions that they are. He said, they are good dogs. They deserve homes.
Are you thinking dogs or coconuts?
That's what it is.
I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
Yes, that's the song.
From the Lion King.
Lion King. Yep, that's why I knew it.
Yeah. Mufasa, Mufasa, Mufasa.
Yeah, no doubt. Beetlejuice. Ooh. He didn't appear. That's good. But you can break this one, Jay. I feel good about it.
I don't know. I like my rotator cuff, though. I really do. I mean, I don't want to,
You just work out for a little bit and get your shoulders all strong, and then we'll head up to the shelter up there off of 231 and see if we can break this record.
That would be
concerted effort. I think we can make it happen.
All right. I'm down with that.
We've been trying to find you a world record to break.
I could perhaps beat that one.
You only got to go 0.7 miles.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem that far.
No. Yeah, well, let's do it. All
right. We'll make it happen.
Let's do it.
Make it happen.
All right.
Speaking of making it happen, we got to go ahead and take a quick break. That was your Afternoon Delight debrief segment to get our week started on this beautiful Monday afternoon. When we get back, Jay, we're going to update you on the NFL world and everything that transpired from this past weekend. And 2 more games coming up tonight. Looking forward to that. You're listening to The Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Are you ready to go under the lights? Mosley Dolphin football is back.
Wide open down the sideline.
ESPN Northwest Florida brings you live play-by-play coverage all season long. With David Hayes.
Touchdown, Mosley Dolphin.
And Kyle Wright.
You take the top off the defense, and the interception turns into points for the Mosley offense.
Exclusively on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Monday's weather forecast. Sunny the rest of the day with temps near 80 and a wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight, a gentle breeze out of the northeast and a temperature of 63. About the same tomorrow, around 82 with sunshine and a wind at 8 miles per hour coming out of the northeast. Sunny Wednesday, a light breeze and quite warm around 83. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
At Brock Lawn and Pest Control, we're proud to be awarded the distinction of being Quality Pro certified.
Our technicians have passed rigorous training in eco-friendly application and prevention of pest treatments.
Part of the program is the practice of integrated pest management.
IPM's goal is to prevent pests from ever entering your home. It includes inspection, prevention, education, and, when necessary, application.
We're proud to be Quality Pro certified.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control, the standard and level of trust.
Looking to stand out and bring more customers to your business? Leon Visuals has you covered. At Leon Visuals, we specialize in eye-catching photography, dynamic videos, and stunning drone shots. Whether you're running a restaurant, a boutique, or a real estate company, Leon Visuals creates media that boosts your online presence and social media content that attracts real, measurable results. Visit leon-visuals.com or call 725-373-3826.
The locals love him.
You're gonna love this. You are my favorite. It's my favorite.
Everybody's favorite. The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey. Live from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios on ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. You're listening to The Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Before we catch Jay up on the NFL action, we got to go to the phone lines again, and it's one of our favorite callers out there. That is our good friend, Michigan Eddie. That air is rare. Michigan Eddie, talk to us.
The air is not rare. Go with truck carriers or one of those. Air Force stinks. They're terrible. And when Army and Navy throws the ball more than Air Force, that's sad. Decent, get a clue. He's offensive coordinator. He also graduated a year before me. Dual sports star in baseball and football. Catch a clue. I mean, and Michigan, they have a quarterback problem, just like Air Force. And it's all on the coaches for both teams. They lost a lot of seniors. They knew they were going to lose a lot of seniors to the draft this past year, and they did nothing to prepare the youngsters to come in and plug and chug. It's all on the coaching staff. No excuse for Air Force, because Calhoun's been there for almost 20 years. Sharon Moore and company, basically the same staff. And the only unit that's playing good for Michigan has a new coordinator, and that's Wink Martindale. So it's embarrassing to lose to Illinois like that. Embarrassing to lose to UW. It's just embarrassing. And it's sick. But hey, how about those Lions?
That's where I was about to turn you to.
Minnesota, Jericho, stand in the pocket with the Get hit. Still throwing dimes. We never give up. It's all good, Detroit Rock City, bro.
There you go.
Take that. Take that, Walt in Minnesota. Take that. I heard he might have been at the game. You lost that game, and you're going to lose something else, too. Just saying. All right, go ahead. What say you?
No, I was just going to say I placed my Super Bowl futures on the Lions this morning. I think this is it. I think this is the year, Michigan Eddie. What do you think?
Well, I'll tell you, they lose Hutch, and defense Memphis didn't break. The offense is on a roll. I mean, you just don't count them out. Demo fumbled the ball, in the fourth quarter, gave it back to him, whatever. And Jared Goff's a winner, man. I don't know what more he has to do to prove to people that he's an elite quarterback in this league.
Yeah.
And people are still talking smack. Are you guys morons? I mean, not you, but...
No, that was a general question, yeah.
Yeah, and these experts on the four-letter are washed up second and third-string players, and all of a sudden they're analysts, and we need to take what they say as gospel. Forget that, man.
The only analyst that you need to take as gospel is the guy sitting across from me, and that's Jay Henley. What he says is always factual.
No. Well, my question to you, Michigan Eddie, all right, you got to pick one. Back-to-back college football champion Michigan Wolverines or Detroit Lions winning the Super Bowl. Got to pick one.
I already know the answer to that. That is probably the Detroit Lions, hands down, not even close. The Lions have never been to a Super Bowl, Jay.
Oh.
Michigan won last year.
Okay.
They got theirs. They're good for a little while.
Back-to-back is special, though.
Yeah, but they're not going to go back-to-back.
I have been in the stadium for Michigan winning 2 national titles, in 97 and last year, or this year. And, Jay, for 49 years, up until last year, I've seen the Lions play in one playoff game and they lost to the Redskins. That was back in the 80s when we had Wayne Fonset and Barry Sanders on the team. And we lost like 45-10 or something. So the question is a no-brainer. Detroit Lions, Super Bowl!
I like it. Somebody's got to take down those Chiefs, and I think it's going to be your Lions.
Go Lions.
Yeah, and, so anyway, we're in Vegas, right? Not Joe Montana, right?
Yeah.
Dude, these yahoos that Field of Dreams and Caesars want foreign. So we go in there thinking we'll get an autograph, whatever. Pay like maybe $100 signing fee with a photo or whatever. They want $400 for an 8x10 laminated to get it signed. $400 for a mini helmet, and then $800 for a full size. When you can go on eBay and get a mini helmet Joe Montana autograph for $150.
Yeah.
I mean, and then I called the guy out on it, and he starts like getting all red and getting out. I'm just doing what my boss says. I'm like, well, your boss is a moron. But they bank on the international tourists that don't know any better. That they'll spend money left and right, So whatever. And then have you heard of this concert called When We Were Young?
The what? When We Were Young?
When We Were Young. It's a concert of like 100 bands.
Mm-mm.
They have like Chemical Romance, all these bands that are really not Jane Eat World or whatever it is. Well, anyway, they're playing next to the place, next to our hotel, and Deanna likes Chemical Romance, so we were gonna go. But we were coming back last night, and I'm like, the bands that were playing, because it was really right next to our hotel, we could hear it and everything, and people were outside the hotel trying to sneak a peek and all that. Dude, the bands that were playing last night. Dude, they made Motley Crue and Anthrax and Megadeth look like a Christian gospel band. I'm like, this was pure satanic devil. I'm like, what the heck is going on? I got a headache. Let's go in. I mean, it was nuts, bro. Only in Vegas, dude. Only in Vegas.
Yeah, that's it.
Only in Vegas.
Was there a mosh pit?
People were going nuts, man. I mean, remember when we were growing up, you had the Gothic, all black lipstick, and all that, like when The Cure and all that was going on.
Topic.
Yeah, they had shows for it. Or stores. They had shows too.
I used to love The Cure. I wasn't into the Doc Martens and the black lipstick and all that stuff, but I like The Cure. But that was kind of like the crowd, those. And I'm walking to work, driving to work right now. You know what I'm saying? Because they're kind of flying a pseudo quasi weird schedule, not day, not night. But I walk out the hotel and the Mary Jane was blowing, brother. The Mary Jane was blowing in Vegas this morning already.
That's it. It's Vegas, man. It's a different world. It's its own place.
Oh, it is, bro.
Everything goes in Vegas. Literally. Everything.
It is. So, last week I was on base, right? And I just going to BX kill some time. Do you remember that show, What's Happening, from the late 70s, early 80s with Rerun and Raj and all that?
Yes, sir.
You got to ask Jay. I was born in 85.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I met Raj and Dwayne. Hey. Met them at the BX. And that's like, only in Vegas, baby. Only in Vegas.
I love it.
Man. Crazy.
Were they similar to their characters back in the 80s?
Well, at first I was walking in, I saw the sign, and I'm like, what's happening? I'm like, what's going on here? I looked at the people, and it didn't really look like them. Now, granted, it's like 40, 50 years, right? So I walked in the BX, main BX, and walked out. You know, for those of you who don't know what BX is, that's a base exchange. It's like the base department store where you can get, like, clothes and crap. Anyway, so I walked back out. I'm like, you probably think, who's this guy? He's nuts, this Michigan guy. He's crazy, just going in circles. So then I take a look, then I Google real quick. I go, man, that's Raj and Dwayne. Because Raj is, you know, he's got gray hair now and all that, and then Dwayne is a bald. So, anyway. But that was cool. We started talking forever and all, and they're actually coming to the Panhandle, I guess. You know, they're doing like a military base tour, so it's kind of cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
A blast from my childhood. You know what I'm saying? But hey, can I give a shout out to Alabama?
Of course.
Dude, Brian Branch, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jameson Williams, even though he was quiet yesterday, dude, phenomenal. How BB got dropped the second round. I mean, God, that's Godwick there, man. I mean, he should have been a first rounder. He is just phenomenal, man. He is phenomenal.
Yeah, you got some banging stuff. What was that?
Oh, go ahead. And how far has Bama has fallen?
They've only got 2 losses.
Yeah, I know, but people are freaking out.
Oh, I know.
They already want the board gone.
We dove into it in the first segment about the hysterica or the delusion, whatever you want to.
Delusion.
Delusion's a good word for it. Yeah.
Hey, congratulations, golf coach Jay. Thanks for taking the daughters out for lessons. Big tournament coming up in mid-November at Bay Point. Last one of the year for the Emerald Coast Junior Golf Tour.
Absolutely.
Good job on UGA beating Texas. Sometimes you can't find championships with all the burnt orange Lambos and Ferraris in the player parking lot. But hey, what do you think about the Gators beating Kentucky? Does Napier salvage his job?
I think he's well on his way to doing that. Obviously, you still need a few more wins this season. Big one coming up, Jay. Is that this weekend or next weekend? Next weekend. It's always the last Saturday in October, right? Okay, yeah. The world's largest cocktail coming up, but they certainly he's playing for his job. Their schedule doesn't get any easier after that Kentucky win. Georgia, Texas, LSU, Ole Miss, and it does end on a very easy note with the Florida State Seminoles. And who would have thought that we were all talking so much trash about the Gators to start the season, and here we are. The Gators, I believe, are 4-2 on the season, and FSU's 1-6. So I think if he
4-3,
4-3,
yeah,
perfect,
yeah,
4-3.
Well,
bad.
rumor has it that if Napier gets fired, he's taking a lot of the stud recruits with him that are on the team that are incoming.
Well, if that's the case, then they certainly need to keep him, because I think Florida right now is outside of the top 30 in the 2025 recruiting rankings. Obviously, so is FSU as well. But yeah, I don't know. I think he's, and it's kind of a weird place, because I think a lot of Gator fans do want him gone. So each win that they win, it's like, yeah, we won, we're excited, but now we're making Napier's job a little bit easier not to get or for him not to get fired. But
well, be careful what you wish for, because they want Harbaugh after 3 or 4 years. It's not. You can't do this like hire a coach and automatically win a national championship. You got to build a program too. Yeah. Now, granted, I was never a fan of the Napier hire, but he seems like he's doing more with less, whatever. He's got a lot of youngsters on that team. And compared to how they play when I saw them play at A&M and how they're playing now, they're playing really, really well. And Texas is beatable. I mean, Georgia exposed them. That it's kind of funny how these Big 12 teams aren't ready for SEC ball, because they're getting their butt smoked now. And when they play, like, look at what SC did to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that just proves that. Yep. And we all thought, that Oklahoma win was a big win. And, the Michigan win, obviously, they won that one as well. But no offense to your Wolverines, but they're certainly not the team from last year. Not even close. But that's how it goes.
Their Michigan offense is limited by their quarterback. They have no quarterback, no wide receiver dynamic, and they're turning the ball over, which is uncharacteristic for Michigan. Like, you can't win like that. And it's embarrassing. I mean, it's terrible how you have 3 quarterbacks and not one of them can run or pass or do either or whatever for a big time program. It's embarrassing as an alumni, you know, and kind of like a booster and all that. And I know I got some intel on the inside. They're not happy either. They think what the joke is. You know what Harbaugh said about he was born on third base, whatever.
Yeah.
They're saying the same thing about Jerome Moore now. I mean, but it's kind of true.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, how do you not replace J.J. McCarthy when you know he's going to the draft?
Yep.
Jack Tuttle, 7th year Indiana ex-Hoosier. And what about the Hoosiers for crying out loud? I'm like Fred Sanford say, Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you. I mean, I'm about to have a heart attack of all this crap.
Oh,
I'm like, Deanna, I'm coming to join you even though you're still living on me in heaven. I'm like, come on, man. Indiana, and that pompous coach said, we're going to beat Michigan. And I'm like, you pompous moron. But you know what? Dude, we're going to get rolled by Indiana, dude.
Yep.
Roll.
First time, I believe, College Game Day is ever going to be in Indiana, and that's for the Washington-Indiana game coming up in Week 9. But, yeah, the Hoosiers.
But they want to play Sharon at UW, too, by the way. You know that, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Michigan Eddie, since you're in Nevada, does that make you Nevada Eddie?
Nevada.
Are you Nevada Eddie today?
No.
If Michigan didn't exist,
like the state?
No, I'm talking the university.
Okay.
Who would be your college football team?
These are the questions that people want.
Yeah.
Well, of course, it'd be Air Force because I went there.
Ah, gotcha.
I did my undergrad there.
That's too
And
easy.
then I got my master's at Michigan.
That's too
Deanna
easy.
Deanna got her undergrad at Michigan, and then she got her master's at Liberty. So I'll be maybe a Liberty guy. Ayers went to USC Buford, so as part of the University of South Kakalaki school system.
So you're
a Gator because Bobby goes to Gator.
Yeah.
All
the connections.
Go where the family. It's all the connections.
That makes perfect sense. No doubt
Or I
about it.
might go to Wayne State because my sister went there, the College of Hunter Brown, Astros pitcher. Yeah. No, let's play baseball. No, I am so sick. Now the Dodgers and Yankees. I don't care about the Yankees. Judge, upstanding, great role model. But you know what? This whole Ohtani MLB baby crap, that's what they wanted, and they covered up the betting thing.
It was quick. There's no doubt about it. It was a very, very quick resolution to a lot of money being bet.
Yeah, you don't hear about it at all anymore. Kind of funny, huh?
Yeah, weird.
Kind of funny.
Weird
how that happens. Like the Hawaii what happened, the tragedy in Hawaii that happened last year just goes away. You know, it's kind of just saying. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, I hope New York just smokes L.A., bro. Just smokes them. Just sweeps them right out of the water.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
It can happen.
Oh, so here's something, the billboards out in Nevada. A lot of politics going on out here. There's like, don't make Nevada be like California. So I'm just saying.
Yeah,
anyway.
Most of the people from California have moved to Nevada, and the real estate market there is booming because of that. I got some family that live out there in just south of Reno.
I think the irony part of it, I was talking to somebody from Vegas yesterday, and about 20 miles outside of there is Carson City, and I want to say it's like 90% Mormon there in Carson City, Nevada. But it's so funny that that's right there near Sin City. That's quite
Carson
ironic.
City's the capital.
Yeah.
Carson City's the capital of Vegas. And, of course, you got a lot of Mormons out here with Utah, BYU. That's another story about college football, undefeated, miracle, whatever happened in Provo the other night. But, yeah, you have a lot of Mormons out here or the Mormon Trail. You got Salt Lake City, and then you got Vegas and all that. But you know what? They say Vegas is so dangerous, blah, blah, blah. So Deanna and I are driving around. It's kind of funny how the public schools actually let the kids play on the school fields after hours. They're playing on the soccer fields, the basketball fields, and all that. But what about in Bay County? Can our kids do that? No. They keep them blocked. Like, I know when I was a kid, I could go to my high school football field and play on the field with my buddies on the weekends. Because, nothing was locked up. But have you noticed everything's locked up in Bay County? You can't get on school grounds. Have you noticed that? But I'm in Vegas, supposedly crime-ridden Vegas, and kids are having fun playing at the school with their buddies.
Hey.
Just saying.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
Hey, Bay County School Board, Catch a clue and open up the stuff so our kids can play on the fields that us taxpayers help maintain. Catch a clue. Anyway,
there's always that one bad apple, Michigan Eddie. That one bad apple that ruins it for all of us good apples, right?
There you go.
Yes, but that one bad apple shouldn't ruin it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
I'm just saying.
Yep.
You know, it's not a private school; they're public. You know, and we played on playground equipment at Greenwood Elementary in St. Clair Shores, or played on the ball field at Lakeview High School, St. Clair Shores, at 11 Mile, not 8 Mile. I'm rolling safe, fellas.
Oh, all right, Michigan Eddie. Our segment has come to an end. We appreciate you as always. Don't have too much fun out there in Nevada. And
sign off.
Hey, I got to get to work, build submissions, get our F-22 flying it out here at Nellis. So you guys take care. God bless you. Global Truck Series, Urban 30's back. Kendall, I'm out. See ya.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Michigan Eddie segment brought to you by the Las Vegas Gambling Commission. We appreciate Michigan Eddie and his passion, no doubt about it, keeping it real day in and day out. Jay, one more segment left on this Monday. 3 different callers today. Onto a hot streak this morning and to start this week off. But you are listening to us here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll be right back.
The new app from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is designed specifically for sports fanatics like you. The sports content you demand is always on. Live stream our national and local sports talk anywhere you go. Reach us on all social media. You can also be a part of the show. Call and text into our studios. Plus, up-to-the-minute weather and traffic maps. The new app from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is available at the Apple Store and Google Play.
Are you tired of hearing 2 weeks when you call to get your boat worked on? Hey folks, it's Chris Kramer with Kramer Marine and Outdoor, and we'll get you in and back out on the water as quick as possible. We're a full-line Yamaha outboard dealer and Suzuki outboard dealer, and we have master-trained certified mechanics on site. So if it's just an annual service, electronics install, trolling motor install, or all the way up to a full repower, we can take care of you. So stop by and see us in the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd next to Bill Kramer GM, or call us at 850-851-0453.
This is Linda Cope, founder and president of Warrior Beach Retreat. Line the streets Thursday, November 7th for the parade honoring combat wounded warriors and their loved ones. Attend the 7 p.m. ceremony at Forest Park Church with Brigadier General Greg Nelson as the speaker. WarriorBeachRetreat.org has the parade route times and locations. We began hosting retreats 15 years ago after our son, retired Army Sergeant Joshua Cope, lost both legs above the knee and wounded his hands by an IED blast in Baghdad, Iraq. We saw firsthand when a soldier goes to war, a family goes to war. That's why we focus on the caregivers also on our retreats. We are a local 501c3 charity not affiliated with Wounded Warrior Project. Donations are greatly appreciated. WarriorBeachRetreat.org, and God bless America.
Pound the like and crush the subscribe. Follow us on social media for the latest sports news, scores, and updates.
And I never get off Instagram or Facebook and think, wow, good for everyone.
Keeping you in the game. It's the Inside Drive with Ryan and Jay. Live from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine and Outdoor Studios at ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. All right, Jay, real quick, we'll go through our pick-em. It's not done yet. I snuck a Monday night football game in there and didn't really realize I did when I put it together this past week, but that's okay. You are doing well again in comparison to David and I. Just real quick, Auburn and Missouri. We all picked Missouri in that one, so we got the dub. Tennessee, Alabama. Jay, you picked Tennessee. I followed David and picked Alabama. And then Michigan, Illinois. I picked Illinois. You gentlemen picked Michigan. I did pick Texas. You both picked Georgia. David followed me to pick the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers, and Louisiana took care of business at the homecoming there on the surf turf. Kind of felt that one coming, but you got that one right, too. You were 4 out of 5 in the college. David and I were both 2 out of 5. And then on the NFL side of things, you guys picked the Texans. I did pick the Packers. The Packers had a walk-off field goal from Brad McManus. They signed him on Wednesday of this practice this past week, and then he kicks a game-winning field goal against your Texans there, Jay Henley. Lions and Vikings, you picked the Lions, we picked the Vikings. Lions obviously had that walk-off win in that one. All three of us picked the Falcons. Seahawks kind of dominated that game.
Kinda. They absolutely dominated that game.
I knew the Niners were then going to lose to the Chiefs after that happened, and now those Seahawks are back in first place in the NFC West. And then Chiefs-Niners, I picked with my heart, should have picked with my head. You guys both picked the Chiefs. Easy dub there for you fine gentlemen. And then tonight, we got the Ravens and the Bucks. Ravens, Bucks. You want to change your pick? You can't, so don't.
Okay.
Why can't he?
Because I said so.
Oh, fair enough.
Because he picked it on Friday. I can't let you. Unless you want to change, then he could change. But you don't want to change.
No, I'm not changing.
And I picked the Ravens.
No, you picked the Bucks.
I picked the Bucks. Okay, they're at home. So, yeah, all right. That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I wasn't letting you change it anyway. But you got 6 out of the 9 so far. David and I both have 3 out of the 9 thus far.
Worst week so far, I believe.
So far.
For me.
But you might be able to get 4 here in this last one. And that'll
4 out of 10 doesn't bode well. But it's crazy. It's like when my picks are bad on the show, the Hard Rock does not resemble that. Whenever my picks are good on the show, my Hard Rock does not resemble that.
Well, this is worth so much money that I think you'll be okay either way if the Hard Rock stuff's still working out pretty good. But speaking of that Bucks-Ravens game, what do you think tonight, Jay, is going to happen in that one? Tampa Bay, obviously, they went through the hurricane not too long ago. It's the homecoming. They were in Orlando. They were in New Orleans last weekend, got the victory there. But facing a very formidable Ravens team coming into Raymond James Stadium on the heels of Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. Anytime touchdown, who are you going with, Lamar or Derrick? I think Derrick's minus 250, so you'd have to lay a bunch.
I kind of like Lamar for anytime.
He's got to run it in, though.
Yeah, he does.
It's not a passing touchdown for a quarterback.
And then who's the second one?
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry? Ooh, well. No, I take that back. I like Derrick.
Okay.
I like Derrick.
Do you parlay it with Lamar? Or do you just go all in on Derrick?
What's the over-under on this game? Is it 57? I feel like it's up there.
Let's see. I had it right in front of me, but then I didn't. All right, where'd it go? It is
50.
Yeah.
Is it 50?
Yep.
Yeah, I like both. Yeah, it's a gamble. It's a gamble.
As every bet is.
But I
fundamentally,
I would go both. How about you?
I would probably go with Derrick on then, and I would go. I'd take a little flyer and go with Bucky Irving on the Bucks to get a touchdown, anytime touchdown.
Okay.
I think I'd take it a step further and add Chris Godwin.
Ooh, yeah.
Anytime tutty.
I need Chris Godwin to not be the highlight tonight, and Mike Evans be the highlight tonight.
Now, Hard Rock does have one already built for you.
Of course, they want you to waste money.
Chris Godwin and then Zay Flowers. What do y'all think about Zay Flowers?
I think Zay Flowers would be the leg that doesn't hit.
Really?
If you're asking for my opinion.
But I don't know if Lamar gets in on his legs tonight.
Yeah.
Bucks have a pretty decent defense. It should be a good Monday night football game, as opposed to and it's a later start. They were doing 6:30, 7:15. Here we are doing 7:15 and 8 o'clock, with the late Monday night game being the Chargers and the Cardinals. Little West Coast action out there. Chargers are favored by a point. 44.5 is the over under. Who do you like anytime touchdown in that one, Jay Henley?
In the Arizona Chargers game?
Si,
senor. Yikes. I like, how about, I don't know.
I'm going to say just from a value standpoint, I'm going to go Kamani Vidal at plus 350.
I like that. And that's the thing with the Chargers. There's just a lot of different people getting some touches that you don't normally hear about. But yeah, That's not bad at all. That's some good value. A little over 3-1 on a anytime touchdown, and he's been playing pretty well.
Marvin Harrison Jr. anytime touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's plus, what is he? He's not even on the, plus 165. I don't know if that's enough value for me. He's coming off a pretty rough game, and I don't think he had a single reception in the last game he played in, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
What are we thinking about Nottingham Forest and Crystal Palace?
Ooh. Crystal Palace.
Jay's like, are we talking fictional movies here?
Crystal Palace for sure. I like Crystal Palace's logo a lot better. Yeah.
Man, y'all stop.
You know what sport that is?
I have no clue.
Football.
The football.
UEFA. But yeah, that's what you got.
Yeah.
Marvin Harrison Jr. all in.
Yeah. Hey, have y'all watched this random sport that they've come up with? And I don't know what channel this was on, but two guys get in the front seat of a car.
Yes.
And they start fighting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you kidding me?
I think that's over there in Russia.
And I'm intrigued.
Sounds about right.
And I sit there and watch it, and I'm intrigued, and I can't get off the couch. And I'm like,
what channel was this on?
He was watching it on his phone.
No, this was on TV. This was on TV. Yeah.
What kind of channels do you have?
And the referee's in the back seat. I mean,
there's a ref.
There's a ref in the back seat.
And he's wearing a referee jersey.
Yes,
man.
Yes.
Now, is this one? Are they in their seatbelt?
Yep.
Yeah, they're seatbelted in, and they've got some where they get into a phone booth and just melee each other. It's like
that's hard to bring it back.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a very good synopsis of where our world is right now.
You got to fight for your right to fight.
That's right. It's a party. Oh boy.
That's a wild.
On the dial, huh?
On the dial.
On the dial.
You haven't watched this yet, Ryan?
Nope.
I tell you what, it's worth a watch. It'll put you.
I guess I would Google car fighting sport, something like that.
I'll tell you what to Google.
Yeah, that'd get you there.
Get me there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But the referee drops his hands and then they unbuckle their seatbelt. You know, you got to be. And they unbuckle and then they get after each other.
I thought they're unbuckled the whole time.
Well, that may be a different round where you stay buckled in. Different format.
Maybe that's overtime.
Yeah.
It's called Car-Jitsu.
Car-Jitsu. Of course it is. Of course it's called Car-Jitsu.
Car-Jitsu.
Oh.
Man.
What is this? I played a little batch of Car-Jitsu before.
Is this not the same that he's
not buckled in? No, not buckled in or anything. We were in a van, and somebody kept on saying the wrong thing, and I was like, "Bro, shut your mouth, or else I'm gonna come back there. I'm gonna hop over this seat," and I did.
It's like a rite of passage.
Then I got in trouble. It's like, man, did you not hear all the things he was saying?
Yeah,
come on now.
It's like in the NFL or any sport, the second guy is the one that always gets in trouble.
That's right.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Trent Williams got smacked in the head yesterday, and he smacked another guy, and he got ejected.
He sure enough did, though.
I mean, I'm not. First off, I'm not smacking Big Trent. I'm staying away from that. The cool thing is, on his way out to the tunnel, he stopped and signed a little girl's hat and shirt. So that was kind of cool. The silverback.
Yeah, what is your thought on that? Because look,
on what?
Well, because that happened, I think, sometime this weekend, where somebody's like jabbing, right, Jabberjaw, and then all of a sudden, and then somebody like comes off and hits them in the jaw. Well, then they're the one that gets the 15-yard.
Always.
What about the dude talking smack? I mean, is that not that? What? No.
I guess the ref's got to really hear what he's saying, and then he's got to determine the level of severity. I don't know. The retaliator always is the one that gets in trouble.
Yep. I guess it's, I could have used this piece of advice in my Car-Jitsu moment. Yeah. Right? It's sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. It's like, I don't know if you listen to those words or not, because sometimes they don't feel very right. They just don't sit right with me, okay?
Sometimes they say words cut deep, and that sounds painful.
That's right.
Well, I'm sure that we've all had moments where it's like, I can't believe you just said that to me. Now, are you just trying to press my buttons, or do you actually mean that, or is it somewhere right in the middle?
Right.
Probably right there in the middle.
Right there.
That's where the truth normally lies.
Absolutely. Right? Absolutely.
3 sides of the story: his, hers, and the truth.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Or his and the truth, or hers and the truth.
Whoa!
It doesn't always have to be a man and a woman arguing, Jay.
That's right.
Just because you and Joanna got into it all the time doesn't mean you got to bring it up here on the show again.
No, I'm sorry.
Again. All right, real quick, recapping the high school football scores from this past Friday. As we kind of thought, Mosley just out-athleted the Arnold Marlins there on the football field. Got out to a really, really early lead, and a lot of subs got to play a lot of football that day. And David Hayes and Kyle Wright were talking about sacks quite a bit, and not just the ones on the football field, the ones that hold onions, potatoes, whatever it may be. Arnold lost that one 56-13, but hey, they got a huge game coming up this week against Rickards. I believe that one is for the district championship, if I am not mistaken. That'll be at Gavlack Stadium. That'll be a home game there. Walton, Bay got out to a lead at some point, but Walton came all the way back, won that one 41-31. Destin held their own against the big powerhouse, the Chipley Tigers. Chipley won that one 26-21. Bozeman wins their homecoming game against Rutherford 20-19. Bozeman improves to 4-4 on the season. Wakulla took it to South Walton 37-7, and then Port St. Joe got a nice victory over Franklin County. I think that was a more surprising upset of the local score areas, with the Port St. Joe Tiger Sharks winning that one 42-12. On the volleyball side of things, I know you're getting ready for your district stuff, but the district tournaments are over, and we've got two local volleyball programs that have moved on to the regional state tournaments. That is the Mosley Dolphins. They'll be playing on Wednesday in the Region 1 of the 5A state tournament. They're going to take on Ponte Vedra. Even though Ponte Vedra is the higher seed, Mosley won their district, so Mosley will be hosting that game against Ponte Vedra. That's coming up on Wednesday at 7 p.m. They'll face the winner of Childs and Choctawhatchee. I believe Mosley beat Choctawhatchee in the district. Don't quote me on that. That sounds familiar in my head. The other team that's only lost 3 times this year, they are ranked number 1 in the 3A Region 1 state tournament. That is the North Bay Haven Buccaneers women's volleyball team. They'll be hosting tomorrow at 7 p.m. Baldwin. They'll face the winner. If they beat Baldwin, they'll face the winner of Bowles and looks like it says Wolfson. I don't know where that particular college is, or high school is. I thought it said Walton at first, but no, it definitely says Wolfson. Hey.
Wolfstein?
No, not Wolfstein. Wolfstein 3D. You ever play that?
I loved it.
Wolfstein on the computer.
Wolf,
yeah, Wolfstein. Yeah.
Oh, those are great ones.
Yep.
That like Doom.
Doom was another good one on the computer. Man, taking me back. That was all before Counter-Strike.
Yes.
Wolfenstein.
Yeah, it was.
Nothing like killing some zombie Nazis.
That's right.
Bring you up in your young days.
Zatzis.
And Doom though, that was another good one too. When you got that big the chain.
Cannon.
The cannon gun.
Yeah.
Man.
The Gatling gun.
Yep. Man, these kids don't know what Doom was all about back in the day.
That was.
There's no doubt about it. But yeah, 2 NFL games coming up tonight. Afternoon Underdogs coming up at 4 p.m. Jay, give me your final picks in tonight's game. Ravens, Bucks, who you got? This isn't your actual pick 'em. I just want you to leave the people with your picks before we go.
I've got Tampa winning at home.
Okay.
Yep. And I think let's see. I'll take Arizona over the Chargers.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. They are only a 1-point dog at home, so Chargers looking to go 4-2. Cardinals trying to get it back to 3-4. Ravens and Bucks both 4-2. I think that's going to be a lot of fun to watch that football game tonight on ESPN. And of course, tomorrow we won't have Brad, but we will have Doc A. And then I'm excited. We're having a comedian that's coming into town to have a set Wednesday night. He's going to be joining us in studio on Wednesday, and I think that's going to be a lot of fun. We appreciate you hanging out with us today. We appreciate all the callers and listeners here for the Inside Drive. Again, Afternoon Underdogs coming up at 4 p.m. We'll be back tomorrow. Y'all have a great rest of your Monday.
Suffer from political talk radio fatigue?
We know that under the 49% rate, the U.S. economy is
And tune into the most fun